All right, it's Friday, April 25th. This is finally the weekend where I'm going to Six Flags Over Georgia. Despite living about 3 hours away from this park for like 4 years now, I've never been. It's actually kind of almost become a joke. And I don't really know why, honestly. I just kind of forget it's there sometimes. But as a lot of you know, I will be moving away from this area pretty far away in a couple months, unfortunately. I mean, I'm excited about the opportunity and the, future bright, but this is one of my last chances to actually go to this park. So obviously I'm going to do that. I'm very excited. It's been a very long time since I've been to a brand new theme park with a bunch of brand new rides. Should be really exciting. But right now it's about 12:45. Luckily I was able to get out of a few things this afternoon, and I'm going to try to book it to Fun Spot because I just thought it'd be fun while I'm there this weekend. I have a season pass there. Might as well get a few laps on ArieForce, even if I'm only there for like 30 minutes. Fine with me, but unfortunately right now, in the end of April, Fun Spot is only open until 6 p.m. on Saturdays. I thought they'd be open later because it's like Saturday nights, but whatever. They close at 6. And I'll be driving through Atlanta during rush hour, and Fun Spot's on the other side of Atlanta. So I don't know how this is going to go. I might not actually make it in time, but I'm just going to put in my GPS and go. Who knows if I'll make it or not, but hopefully I can at least make it for like 30 minutes or so. Get a few rides on ArieForce while I'm in the area at least. And then I will be at Six Flags Over Georgia for the whole day on Saturday and Sunday. So watch out for those videos very soon after this one. All right, just made it, just parked literally like 20 minutes before close by the time I get my wristband. But yeah, the other train's back. Looks like they're not done rebuilding yet, but yeah. So again, this is normally a park path, but they have you park here during weekdays during the spring, during the winter, and then during most of the spring. Right now, with it being at the end of April, on weekdays the only thing open is ArieForce, the arcade, and then the largest go-kart track that's over there, the multi-story one, and that's it. The rest of the park is closed, so you kind of park like in this weird parking lot that's in the park. Rather than the main parking lot, because nothing's really open other than ArieForce right here and the arcade and that go-kart track. So that's kind of odd. Also, the park closes at 6 p.m., which kind of not great, but at least it is open during weekdays right now. All right, just got my wristband. The signage is not super clear, but on weekdays like this or whenever they only have the arcade and ArieForce open, you get your wristbands at the arcade price counter rather than the ticket stalls, because ticket stalls are at the front of the park that's not open right now. So yeah, you should go to the price counter in the arcade, because even if you have a season pass, you still have to get the actual wristband for them to scan. Yeah, I got about 20 minutes to get a couple rides, I guess. Guess that's what we're doing here. Through the queue again. Not much has changed here. They don't have the TV turned on today. I just saw a train go. There's only one guy on it right now, so it is completely dead. I'm honestly surprised they even have this ride open on weekdays right now, because like I said, no one's here. All right, just did 5 rides within 20 minutes, so that's pretty good. But it is 6 o'clock now. So yeah, most of those 5 rides, there was a guy that joined me for 2 of them, but it was just 2 of us those 2 times. Then I was by myself the other 3 times. So I would say I'm surprised that nobody's here, but every time I come to this park, nobody's here. So I don't know how they're making any money, and I don't know why they have ArieForce open on weekdays right now, because clearly nobody's here, and I'm sure that ride's not cheap to operate, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I do rides in both the front and the back there, and I do think I prefer the front. I prefer the front at most RMCs, actually. I know that's an unpopular opinion. But yeah, there's some violent airtime pops in the back. Still violent airtime pops in the front as well. They're a little stronger in the back. But I don't know, the front, just a lot of the elements just feel more correct. I don't know. That's the best way I can phrase it. Anyways, you can see the red train there is getting some work done on it there. They have both trains back on, though, which is good. One of the trains was gone last time I was here, like nowhere to be seen. We were like, what happened? So I guess they do have an off-site location somewhere. They do rebuilds, so that's good. And they are apparently actually doing those, so good on them. Anyhow, that was a very short and stupid vlog, but I have to leave now because the park is closed. It barely felt like the park was open to begin with because it was just the arcade and this like one ride, but yeah, now I do actually have to leave. That's still just such an incredible ride though, and to be in a park like this, it makes no sense. Everybody in the Atlanta area, you're lucky to have this, although it can be a pain in the ass to get to. I had about an hour added to my trip just from traffic going through Atlanta, which I anticipated. But luckily I did get here just in time to do a couple rides. But yeah, Atlanta is rough to travel through. That's all I'll say. It's gridlock traffic or kind of shitty trains, and those are kind of your only options. It's not a great city to move around in, unfortunately, but I don't know, it's definitely got some cool elements, and yeah. Anyways, now I gotta get over to the friend's place that I'm staying with tonight, and then we'll both be heading to Six Flags Over Georgia tomorrow. So look out for that vlog, that video, soon after this one. It'll be more interesting. Oh yeah, I don't know why I completely forgot to mention this when I was on site, but when I first got up, there was only one other guest in there, and it happened to be somebody Jason and I met in line for Holiday World on our visit like summer of 24. So that's pretty crazy to run into somebody that we talked to in line at Holiday World, you know, just run into them again at this park. And it doesn't really make any sense. It's just a crazy coincidence, but that's one thing I just love about life in general, and also this kind of hobby, is when you just run into crazy little coincidences like that. So I just thought that was funny. Anyways, the absolute waterfall of vlogs will continue as I'm trying to speed edit after work these next couple weeks to try to get caught up on all these vlogs. So look out for Six Flags Over Georgia video very soon, as well as a whole lot of other things. And if you like ArieForce One, leave this video a like so that I know that you like ArieForce One or you think it looks like a cool ride. Anyways, hope to catch a ride with you again very soon.